What do you know about dyspraxia? So between about 2 to 6% of the population have dyspraxia. And in the past, these students may have been wrongly told that they were just clumsy or bad at handwriting or slow at reading, when in fact they had dyspraxia and they didn't need to be made to feel bad about themselves. So as ESL teachers, it's really important that we learn a little bit how to recognize dyspraxia and have some, a few tools in our teacher toolkit that'll help us to better help our students and help them achieve, because they can be fantastically successful if we tailor our teaching in the right way. So you're going to learn a little bit about dyspraxia and a few strategies today with me, Miranda, from Twinkle ESL in this 3-minute ELT video. Okay, let's go. So one of the things that students with dyspraxia can have trouble with is gross motor skills, and that just means big movements like running or catching a ball. And these can get even more difficult for students with dyspraxia if they are tired, if they are stressed, or if they are rushed. So what that means for us as ESL teachers is we might need to adapt our games a little bit so that they are suitable for students with dyspraxia. So something you can do that's really simple is if you're doing a throwing game in class, you can take a ball and attach a ribbon to it. And that just means that when you throw it, nice, that it's a little bit slower and they've also got more to catch on to. So, it's just better for people with dyspraxia. Another thing that students with dyspraxia can have trouble with is fine motor skills. So that's small movements like the ones that we use for handwriting. And of course, your students have to learn how to write, but if you're doing a really long, extended piece of work, this might be a big, big struggle for someone with dyspraxia. So you have to consider whether it would be more appropriate for them in that situation to use a computer in the classroom. So they're not going to be really held back by their writing speed in that situation. Another fine motor skill is using our mouths and our tongues to make words. And sometimes this can be a little bit difficult for students with dyspraxia and they need extra practice. So when you're drilling new words, make sure you give them lots of opportunity. Maybe break the word down into individual syllables before they practice the word and build up to phrases. You can also drill a word in reverse. So if they're learning the word fantastic, for example, you can start with the end syllable, tick, and then work backwards. So tick, and then tastic, and then finally fantastic. Dyspraxia is something that students live with for their whole life, but it's not something that defines them and it's not something that limits what they can achieve. They can be hugely successful and it's our job to help them get there and celebrate their achievements and successes. So that is your 3-minute ELT for this week. I hope you learned something new. If you did, comment below. I love your ideas and suggestions for new videos as well. So please go ahead and comment. I love your questions. And I will see you soon at Twinkle, the global home of ESL. Bye-bye.